Time now for the first player of the week here in 2017-18 here on Crusaders TV. I'm Taylor Medic, and I'm pleased to be joined by Crusaders Forward Ty Readman. In the first two games of the regular season, Ty had 2 goals, 4 assists, equaling 6 points in the 2 games against the Drayton Valley Thunder. Ty, not only a big weekend on the ice for you, but a big start to the regular season off the ice as well. So congratulations committing to Northern Michigan.
Thank you.
But first off, let's talk about opening up the 2017-18 season with 2 big wins against Drayton Valley.
Yeah, it definitely feels really good. I mean, especially for our young guys that are just coming into the league to get those 2 wins, and I guess maybe not handily, but beat Drayton Valley pretty well. It's good confidence for them and for the rest of us older guys too to just get those 2 wins and show the league that we're going to come in this year and we're going to be a strong team.
Well, let's kind of dissect both games, because Friday home opener, get the season going. I mean, you guys get off to one heck of a start. You get up big. Did you guys maybe felt you took the foot off the gas pedal a bit?
Yeah, I think we maybe let up a bit. We thought, we're up 6-1, what could happen? They get back 6-4, we get the empty net, or 7-4, but I mean, we definitely want to win that one 6-1, 7-1, so we got to just, we're a young team, like I said, but that's not really an excuse. We just got to learn to keep our foot on the gas the whole game, and, teams can get back into it if we're sleeping for even 2-3 shifts, so I mean, just foot on the gas, yeah, it's something we're going to have to work on for sure.
And then the very next night, I spoke with Adam Mana this week, and he said that you guys played much better Saturday than Friday. I just talked about the victory on the road 5-2 against the Thunder the very next night.
Yeah, I think, again, that's a huge one for us. That's a tough rink to go into play in, and some of the guys haven't played there before. Their fans are kind of right on top of you. A small rink, it feels a bit crowded in there, so it's a tough one to go in and win there. They've beat us many times there, so to go in there, get the win, 5-2, I mean, that's great for everyone, like I said again, and start the weekend 2-0, couldn't be happier.
Well, and part of the reason why you guys had such offensive success was the play of yourself, Merritt Zitko, and Brandon Wallace. We know about the history between you and Merritt, having played together as you've grown up and put together on this Crusader team at times over the past 3 seasons, or I guess 2 and now the 3rd. But just playing with Brandon Wallace and maybe what have you noticed in his game compared to last year to this year, where it seems he's now going to be an offensive catalyst, not only for the team, but in the league?
Yeah, well, I think one thing probably no one knows is me and Merritt have known Wally since we've been like 7-8. We played spring hockey together too, so we haven't been playing with him the whole time, but we've known him like our whole lives. So, but like you said, Brandon's come in. I think one thing is he looks a lot more confident when he has the puck, just making plays, taking shots. His skill sets are better. He's faster and things like that, but the confidence coming into your second season is huge. It was huge for me, and it looks like it's going to be a big factor in Brandon's game this year.
We mentioned 2 goals, 4 assists, typical Ty Readman fashion, more assists than goals. You're the highest returning scorer from the league last year, playing this year in the AJHL. Do you think about potentially getting a scoring title? I know it's really early, but having that accolade from last year and coming back, and obviously a tall order, but does that cross your mind at all?
I mean, I think it's definitely it's going to be a goal of mine going to this year. I mean, why would you want to be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or anything like that? I mean, sure, if I have a good enough season I can lead the league, yeah, it's something I'm going to be striving for. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, main thing for me is going to be wins this year and getting our team into the playoffs. And if playing my best and doing what I do leads to something individually, then perfect.
All right, well, we mentioned it was a big weekend, big week for you. You committed to Northern Michigan University, the Wildcats of the WCHA Conference in Division I. Talk about going down to Marquette, visiting the campus, visiting the school, and then ultimately deciding to join the Wildcat program.
Yeah, no, thank you, first of all. And I mean, it was a great visit. Things were moving pretty fast. I think the first time I talked to them was just after the preseason showcase thing there. Started talking. I mean, they're really interested. I mentioned I wanted to come down and see the campus, meet the head coach, and see the program and things like that. So I went down there, was there for 2.5 days, and it was just amazing. I mean, just the way the program is going to be going, and the confidence the coaches had in me and the program moving forward, it it felt really comfortable. It felt like the right decision, so I decided to pull the trigger, and I couldn't be more excited and happy about my decision for sure.
Certainly a good program and a good coach, Grant Poltulny. Used to coach University of Minnesota, World Junior coach as well, so you're getting a lot of experience, a lot of tutelage. And there are some AJ guys in the mix with that program, specifically a guy that you're used to playing against in Joe Nardi. Do you know Joe at all away from the rink?
Yeah, well, I've been playing against Joe my whole life, like novice, Adam, Pee-wee, all that stuff, playing against each other. And then the last 2 summers we've been training at the same gym, so I've got to know him a bit more personally, and I guess on a friendship level. And I mean, that also helps, having someone there that you know, and it feels more comfortable. So yeah, it was good to have Joe there, and I hung out with him while I was on my fly down. So yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Well, it'll be good that you'll be on the same team with each other, because he's come in here a couple times and terrorized the Crusaders, so that's a good thing. Well, let's bring it back to this year and this weekend, and an interesting game Thursday. It's going to be a noon start against the Camrose Kodiaks, a part of Hockey Hooky Day. First of all, a noon game. How much does the routine change? Does it change a bit? I mean, you guys are used to the 2:15 games here at the Sherwood Park Arena.
I think for me, it's probably going to, I got to wake up a bit earlier, obviously. But the timing, when I get to the rink, when I'm doing things, is going to be the same. Just push, whatever, the 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many hours ahead. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I think the rink will be buzzing with a lot of kids here, and it should be pretty loud. So, I mean, it's a good opportunity for us, and yeah, looking forward to it.
And, the funny thing about the Kodiaks, anytime you guys meet, it seems that you have 2 teams that whenever you play, something weird could happen. One of those is the Drayton Valley Thunder. I mean, quite the opening night against them. And with the Kodiaks, the 9-7 game last year, and then obviously the tight one, which resulted in an own goal with goaltender Jake Morrissey getting credit for the goal. That was a pretty wild game, too. What do you, as a player, when you know that in the past you've played these teams and, stuff like that happens, is it in the mindset at all whenever you go up against them?
I don't know if you're thinking about it, but then, something weird's going to happen, then you remember all the other stuff that went on, so maybe not surprised. Yeah, you're not surprised, and we got a lot of young guys this year, so I'm sure something weird will happen, and they'll be confused, and we'll be like, well, it's Camrose, so anything can happen. So, I mean, we'll just play the game, and hopefully it benefits us, whatever happens.
What's it going to be like lining up against former teammate Matt Dykstra? I mean, that's he's a big part of the team last year. Certainly, obviously, when you make trades as an organization, sometimes good players have to go, and that was a tough deal for the organization to make. And Matt certainly will be a good piece for Boris Rabalka and the Kodiaks. But what do you think it's going to be like lining up against him tomorrow? Yeah,
like you said, I'm sure he'll benefit their team. He's a great player. I had lots of chances to play with him last year, and I think it'll be a bit weird. I've seen a picture already on the internet of him wearing the Camrose stuff, and wasn't a huge fan. It looks a bit weird, but it'll be good to see him again, chat with him a bit, maybe in warm up or at a draw or something like that. But at the end of the day, all business when we get out there. So hopefully we can beat him.
What do you know much about, or if anything, about the Kodiaks, the version of this team this year?
Honestly, not much. I know that Dykes is on the team, I guess, and they're typical Camrose team, hard working, good systems, high skill up front. So I think we just got to be prepared for a tough game and go from there.
Is that just the case where you tell the guys, and I'm sure this comes from the coaching staff, but if you take care of your own stuff, your own end, your own business, all that, the results should come?
Yeah, I think first and foremost we got to worry about ourselves. You look into the other team's game plan, do all that kind of things, but at the end of the day, it's what you're doing out there. So I think that's what we did against Drayton Valley, and if we continue that trend and, like you said, take care of our own end, our pucks, our turnovers, things like that, then success will follow for sure.
And then on the weekend, Whitecourt Wolverines, they make their first visit to the Sherwood Park Arena this season, the first of 6 against the North Division champions, the reigning North Division champions. Always seems to be a high-scoring affair whenever these two clubs meet, especially at the Sherwood Park Arena. Does that kind of favor you guys a bit in terms of the depth on your team and the young guys, because you have guys that were top 10 in scoring in the midget AAA league last year, 4 guys. Does that almost favor it a bit because the guys know how to play a run and gun style of game?
Yeah, I think maybe even for my line it favors us. Maybe give me, Mayor, and Wally a bit more freedom to try and get goals and things like that. Take the offense to them, but like you said, a high-scoring game is going to be perfect for some of our young guys. As long as we can come on top, obviously, because some of them, get their first goal, their first point, things like that, then their confidence just grows, and I can't see that being a bad thing down the road. So, we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we get more.
Well, I'll ask you this, Ty, as we always kind of like to do with the Player of the Weeks. How do you keep this rolling? To start the season with 6 points, tops among the AJHL right now. Obviously, it's 2 games, but how do you keep the ball rolling?
I think just stick to it. Just keep working hard every shift. Keep the points on the back burner. I've said that before. Worry about those second. Worry about the little details and playing the game the right way first. And as long as the chemistry keeps going with Mara and Wallace, I think we can keep this trend going. But it just it comes down to, first off, working hard in practice, working hard in the game, and good things are going to happen for us.
All right, Ty Readman is your Crusaders TV Player of the Week. Not only the Crusaders TV Player of the Week, but he was the Canada Hotels AJHL Player of the Week for the opening week of the Alberta Junior Hockey League 2017-18 season. 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. Crusaders home to Camrose Thursday here at the Sherwood Park Arena. A noon start as a part of Hockey Hooky Day. Maybe it could be Work Hooky Day as well. And then on the weekend, Sunday afternoon against the Whitecourt Wolverines. Ty, thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.